Aloha kako, Kamaka Brown here with the Aloha Friday video podcast with the Sandwich Island Social Network. Welcome, komo mai, come inside, come hang out with us. We're going to have a great show on Aloha Friday. The Aloha Friday show with the Sandwich Island Social Network is a series of interesting, fun conversations sharing the lives and journey of people in our island community wherever they may be. The Sandwich Island Social Network is a non-profit organization serving Hawaiians and Hawaiians at heart away from their island home. We gratefully accept tax-deductible donations to support the work we do in the community. You can go to sandislands.org or, as you see on our screen, patreon.com/Sandwich Islands 808. We want to remind our friends watching our Facebook Live broadcast that we'd like you to become part of the conversation. This is a live, interactive, chat-driven show, so we welcome your comments, your questions throughout our video podcast. We love to hear from you. And so here we are, a special time, and we're going to be talking to our guest who is living already in tomorrow. How's that? How's that? Please welcome to the Aloha Friday show right here on our actually he's in our green room, and he's enjoying a sushi platter and a poke bowl, and we put it out special for our guests. Please welcome to our show right now none other than KAMASAMI Kong.
You got it, man. We get him,
Bro, we gotta,
Kamaka.
Listen, before we start, we gotta give the Portuguese conch shell. Okay, that's very important. The Portuguese conch shell to start officially. We gotta blow them because it's when we get guests like this, we gotta blow the Portuguese conch shell to welcome you officially, Kong. Welcome.
Thank you, Kamaka. It's an honor and it's a pleasure to be able to be with you and with all of your viewers and listeners here on your program.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Well, I'm going to pull your name right out of the sky here. It's going to drop right down. Boom. There we are.
Boom.
See?
There we are. Thank you.
Boom. There we are. As we say in Nanakuli, boom, Kanani. There you go.
I got to say, I'm so impressed with what you're doing here. You've got YouTube, you've got Facebook, and what else? You have this interview plugged into other different places as well,
Yeah.
right?
You know who my mentor is in so many ways, and he's helped is my dear friend Andy Bumatai. Andy is, my God, he's a tech, aside being a funny guy, a great comedian, he is a tech nerd. He will
he's got it all going.
He will obsess over details, and he will not sleep until he gets it done. And you were on his Daily Pigeon Live not too long ago, right?
That's right.
And he's got so many things going. And he's been so kind to share with me and to drag me kicking and screaming because all of this stuff is because of him sharing with me. But Kong,
yes, sir.
My God, I literally grew up in my teenage years listening to you in Hawaii radio in the 60s and the 70s is when all that stuff happens. You were in the mega center of it all, Kong. My God. Yeah. Territorial Tavern was going off with Booga Booga, and there was Country Comfort, there was C&K, there was Kalapana, all of that. Yeah. Perry and Price was going off, Michael W. Perry, all of this. Now, you moved in 1976 to the islands. What happened? Yeah. You got off the plane and what? You already had a job, or what's the deal?
Yeah, well, I had been in the military just prior to that, and I had returned from Korea, and I got a job in California. I was working near the fort. It was called Fort Ord in California, and I was doing a radio program in Monterey. And then I got another job offer to work in Eugene, Oregon, where
Oh,
it was raining like every day. And no offense to Eugene, Oregon. It's a beautiful place, but it was raining every day, and it just wasn't my kind of town.
yeah.
And then one day I was flipping through Billboard magazine. In the back of the magazine, Billboard back in the day was the Bible for broadcasters and record producers and people who were in the music world. And I saw an ad that said, "How would you like to live and work in the most beautiful place in the world? Honolulu, Hawaii." When I saw that ad, I thought, yes, that's that's where I want to go. Yeah. So I put together an audition tape, as you had to do back in those days, and put my resume together, and I mailed it in to Lan Roberts. Lan Roberts was at KORL back in the day,
Coral.
650 on the dial. You remember that?
Yeah. Ted Sachs was on
And
Coral too at the time, right? Ted
that's right,
Sachs.
Ted
Yeah.
Sachs.
Yeah.
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 Tom Dynamite Dancer had just left that station. I think he
Oh.
blew it up. I think that's he was blowing everything up back in the day. And anyway, so I put my tape together and I got an envelope and I went to a stamp store and I bought all kinds of different stamps from different countries. So I just decorated the package with all kinds of international stamps. And of course, I put some U.S. postage on there too, so it would be delivered to Coral. Well, a few days later, I got a call from Lan Roberts and he said, "We'd like you to come over and we'd like you to start working right away." And I said, "Well, when do you want me to start?" He said, "Next week." Next week. So I told my wife at that time, I said, we got to pack up. We're going to Hawaii. We're on our way to Honolulu. And so, yeah, put the car in a boat. I know that sounds strange, but we put the car in a boat so the car could be delivered to Hawaii.
Yeah.
And we hopped in a plane. Back in those days, you could smoke in the planes. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Crazy,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
And
Yes.
I was smoking at that time. I was smoking about 2.5 packs of cigarettes a day, and I hated it. I positively hated my entire existence at that time because it was depressing living in that rainy area. And
Yeah.
anyway, so during the flight, I quit smoking. I quit smoking because I thought
Oh.
now I'm going to be living and breathing in the most beautiful place in the world where they have white puffy clouds, blue green seas, uh, blue skies, fresh air, sea breeze. I got to quit smoking. So I thought I could quit smoking after I finished the pack that I had in front of me, or I mean, if I do that, of course, I would be burning up all the cigarettes.
Hmm.
Or I could just take the cigarettes out one at a time and rip them up, and that would be the end. So I chose to do that. It was very cathartic. And I quit smoking during that flight on my way to Honolulu
Oh. Wow.
for the very first time. Yeah.
Wow. Um, so you were in Armed Forces Network Radio in South Korea. I got to ask you,
Yeah.
did you ever say "Good morning, South Korea"? Did you never
I
did that?
did. I
Oh,
didn't
yeah.
say South Korea. I think I said, "Good morning, Seoul."
Oh, so
Something like that. Yeah, Seoul, South Korea. We were
good.
located in
Uh,
Seoul.
so you
What a
work at
great time.
Coral. You're at
Yeah.
Coral Radio, and you worked for a number of different stations in Hawaii over the years.
Yeah.
You were Coral, and then I'm trying to my notes over here, but you were on different stations. But you were able to parlay that voice and that personality into television. How did that happen?
Oh, well, let's see. After Coral, at while I was at Coral, I was doing something a little bit unusual. Uh, Whenever there was a rainy day or a rainy night, I would ask girls to call in virgins. I wanted virgins to throw into the volcano to make the rain stop. And what I would do is, I'd say, "Are you ready to be thrown into the volcano? Scream!" And the girls would scream, and I'd add some echo to it. And of course, by the next day, the rain would stop, and I would say, "See, it worked." And whenever there was a rainy day, I'd be throwing virgins into the volcano,
Now,
or at least they.
in this politically crazy environment or whatever, you'd be getting in
Yeah.
trouble asking for because people say, "And what? I'm not one virgin. I cannot jump in a volcano. What's the matter with you, huh? Okay, I'm gonna call my supervisor. You know."
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah, could not do that. But that kind of morphed from throwing virgins into the volcano. Kids would call in and they would sing. They'd have their ukulele and they'd sing a song on the telephone. And
Ah,
that turned into a telephone talent show.
ah,
And then Ron Jacobs came back home after working at KHJ in Los Angeles. He came back home and he was living over on Maui. And he was listening to my show. And then he was hired as the program director at KKUA. And he called me and he said, "Hey, bro, I was listening to your show." And you know, Ron would drop a lot of F bombs constantly. And he said, "I want you to come over to our radio station. I want you to do a show here." So that was the beginning of KKUA, my time at KKUA.
wow.
And I was doing the telephone talent show. And then Robin Mann, do you remember Robin
Yes,
Mann?
she had
Yeah,
what is that, Charles? The kids show also.
Romper
Um,
Room.
Romper Room.
Romper Room, yeah. I'm looking through my magic mirror at you, right? And she had another program called Roundabout. And she invited me to come on to her television show. And that was just kind of the beginning of it all. And
Wow.
I wound up on TV. And I think shortly after that, maybe I think Phil Arnone, who was the program director, the big director at KGMB TV, he and Larry Fleece, who went on to do some great things in Los Angeles, put together this program called the Hawaiian Moving Company, and
Ooh.
they wanted me to be the host. And the thing was that we were going out to the Sheraton Hotel in the basement. Oh, I'm trying to remember the name of the club.
Was that Infinity?
Uh,
Was it Infinity?
Infinity.
Yeah.
Yes, yes, Infinity. As Andy Bumatai said, it was like Farrell's on LSD.
Yeah.
So
With all the lights on the floor and
yeah,
everything.
I
I
invited him to
remember.
come on to the show.
Oh,
Andy was an up and coming comedian back in those days. He was
wow.
working at Top of the Shop, doing some comedy bits between Kalapana
Kalapana.
and Summer, the group Summer,
Summer. Oh my
and
God. Charles Brotman
yeah,
and Charles
yeah,
Ricardo. Ricardo. Yeah. Oh man.
uh,
They went on to amazing. Charles went on to win some Grammys with the group Kohala.
yeah.
And man, yeah. Woo.
And Kevin Daly. Don't forget Kevin, the
Kevin
drummer.
Daly. Yes.
Yeah, they
Yes.
called him the Spider Man, right? Because he was just all over that drum set. He's you know, he still posts a lot in Facebook. So if you
Wow.
look for Kevin Daly, just do a little search in Facebook. You'll find Kevin.
Wow. I'd like
He's
to
still
catch up
out there.
with the two Charles and have some conversation with them about Kohala and about their days with Kalapana and with the group Summer as well. You know, I'm just going to jump out right now because we have some friends
Sure.
that are saying hello there. This is Kay Bennett, Auntie Kay Bennett. She's saying aloha, holy poa lima. That's holy happy Friday. So welcome Kay to
Aloha,
the
Kay.
yeah. And then we get our brother Marty Burns. Aloha Friday kako. We don't shaka.
Aloha, Martin. Marty.
And this is a Kolohi guy. You gotta watch out for him. Bobo Miles. He's in
Bobo
Holly
Miles.
he's in Haleiwa. That Kolohi rascal. He's going, hey you guys. So hey, what's up, Bobo? Welcome.
Hey, Bobo. How's it, brother?
Welcome. And then here's another Kolohi. This guy from Kekaha, Big Island, Russell Price. Hui, how's it? Um,
How's it?
if you ever want
Russell.
some
Russell.
good
Russell.
Russell, you get pan.
That was- Yeah, that was Andy. Not that was Rap Replinger's bit,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
Uh,
If you want some good ink, Russell is a tattoo artist. He's amazing. He now
oh,
lives in Arizona, but all
oh,
the way from Big Island, that brother. Yeah, yeah. Um, Oh, Russell said, I get pen. Sakay pen, yeah.
So that was Rap's bit about the cheeseburger with no cheese, right? Is that
Yes,
what that was?
yes.
Cheeseburger. He was playing the part of the hotel receptionist, or
Hmm. Hmm.
well, he was playing all the parts as usual, right?
Yep, yep.
Another genius, another comedic genius.
Okay, I get one. Here's a good question for you, and I'm not going to
Sure.
answer this one. I'm going to have you answer it because I think it's so cool. Um, Marty says, any relations to the Kong ohana in Kaimuki?
Uh,
How did you
Not that
be?
I know of.
You don't
Not
look
that
like a
I
Kong.
know of.
You don't look like a Kong to me, brah. How the hell you
I
ended up with
know.
Kong? Where did that come from?
Well, you know, um, I was using my real name on the radio when I went to Coral at first, and the program director there said, "Listen, your real name is just not working on the radio. We want to change your name. From tomorrow, you're going to be Jack Stone." And I thought, "Oh, Jack Stone. I hate that name. It sounds like a porn actor or something like that, right?" I mean, not that I would know. I have no idea about any
And
such thing like that.
and you were asking for virgins to go in a volcano. There's something
Well,
kind of we got to talk about this later. Okay.
I anyway, so he said you're going to be Jack Stone. I said no, no, Jack Stone. He said, well, come up with a name by tomorrow and go on the air with that. So I always thought I wanted to have a name that would be Aromaropia, the sound of something like Nick Knock, Dan Ding, Bill Bell, right? You can hear sound effects with all of those.
Okay.
Or how about Saw? I thought about using Seesaw. You'll like that because it goes Seesaw on the radio. I found the sound effect. I found the sound effect of a gong, and I thought, gong. Gong is going to be my name on the radio. That has just the right feel to it for Hawaii. So I recorded the sound effect of a gong and I put it on a cartridge because back in those days we were using cartridges on the radio to play the songs, to play sound effects, commercials, everything was on a cart. So I would hit the cart, it'd go gong, and I would say, I'm gong on the radio. One day, probably maybe even that same night, a little girl called in and she said, Ebra, what's your name? In pidgin English. She said it real fast like that. Ebra, what's your name? And I said kind of quickly, I call myself Gong. I call myself Gong. I said it quickly like that. I call myself Gong. And she came back and said, Kamasami Kong. And when I heard her say that, I thought, yes, that is it from now on. Kamasami Kong. And I know she's out there, Kamaka. I know she's listening to your program right now. So, sweetheart, wherever you are, please get in contact with me. I have something for you.
Yeah, I think her attorneys are going to call you. There may be
Oh
some
my God.
litigation, brah. Uh,
Oh. But anyway, yeah, it was some local sweetheart who just misheard me and I misspoke and it just worked out. And that's how the name came about.
I love it. I love it. I love it. And part of my bucket list has always been to say to you, Kong, whoa, 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 Kamasame Kong!
You get 'em, brah. Tom Moffat always used to greet me like that whenever he would come on to my radio show, which he did many, many times, or whenever we would meet over there by his studio near Ala Moana Shopping Center, just
Wow.
above Dunbar Wakayama's studio.
Oh, Dunbar Wakayama, uh,
Yeah,
engineer extraordinaire, and
yeah.
did so many things. Here's C Honda. How's it, KNK? C Honda
Hey,
is part of the Hamajang gang with Andy Bumatai. She's got dual citizenship with the Aloha Friday crew and also with Andy Bumatai's Daily Pigeon. So uh, I have to behave because she'll report back to Andy if I misbehave. So I gotta watch out.
okay. G Honda, aloha from
Yeah.
Tokyo.
And and again, forgive me, Kong. Let me just back up just a little bit. We're talking to
Sure.
Kamasami Kong. If you just joined us, iconic voice that basically I grew up with in radio in Honolulu in the 70s, who is now in Japan. We're talking to him in his home in Japan. It is Saturday morning, barely 9 o'clock a.m. Saturday. So Kong is talking to us from the future, ladies and gentlemen. How is the future there, Kong? Is it look bright?
Well, Kamaka, I got to tell you, it's April 1st.
Okay.
April 1st.
It
So,
is. Oh,
now when your director contacted me, he said the interview is going to be on April 1st at 3 o'clock in the morning. I thought it was a joke. I thought, oh, this guy's just jerking me around. He wants me to wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning to be on the show with Kamaka. I thought he was joking, but apparently you do start at
12
3
noon.
o'clock in the morning here in Japan. 12 noon,
12,
right?
12 noon in Pacific is 3 o'clock in the morning. We
So
had we had
I
Konoshiki
told him, oh yeah,
Saliva, and he came on at 12 o'clock, and he said, "Hey, Kamaka, I want you to know, I don't wake up for no. You know what time? He was in Okinawa. He said it's
oh yeah.
4:30 in the morning over here in Okinawa. Okay, I don't wake up for nobody, but I wake up for you because we're gonna talk story." I went, "Oh, thanks, Saliva." It's just like,
Wow. Hey,
ah,
he's over here. He does so great. He's got this barbecue sauce going. He's always doing charity events, and he's highly in demand. He's just such a talented guy who can
that's so
sing,
cool.
who can dance, and his wife, of course, dances hula, and she's just absolutely fantastic and a great singer as well. They
Sweet.
put on some great shows. Yeah. Salaiba'a Atisanoi. Konishiki.
Karishiki.
We call him Koni-chan. Koni-chan.
Koni-chan. Nice. Here's
Koni-chan.
Boy-san.
Yeah.
Here's Boy-san out in San Diego. How's it? How's it? He's a little bit
Koni-san.
late. Well, we're glad you're here, bro. We're glad you're here. Welcome, welcome. And let me see. See, Honda says, Kong, you get the same background as when Andy interviewed you. You see how she bust your chops.
Uh-oh. See Honda. Don't tell anybody.
You see what I mean about C? Oh my goodness, she's so funny. She's so funny.
Wow, I'm
Uh,
surprised she remembers. Is she or he? See Honda.
yeah,
She.
yeah.
I'm surprised you remember that. I'm
Uh,
impressed.
oh,
I'm impressed.
nothing escapes her, man. Nothing escapes her at all, man.
I,
Um,
I got my Aloha shirts hanging up back here.
Very
And the
cool.
reason is because, when you have a recording studio in your home, they always say to hang some clothes around the room or some towels so it will absorb the sound
Sound.
so your voice doesn't bounce off the walls. So I just hang up a lot of Aloha shirts like this, and then I'm kind of reminded of home, and the
Aw.
sound doesn't bounce off of the walls.
Boysan says, Kong, thank you for all the fun times in high school. So
Oh,
he remembers you coming. What I like to do, you sent some beautiful clips over here. Here's one, and I want to talk about which came first, Breaking Hawaii or Brown Bags to Stardom?
Brown
Brown
bags to
Bags?
stardom was.
Okay,
Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Br- Breaking Hawaii. They were around the same
same
time,
time.
actually.
Okay,
Yeah,
all right.
around the same time. We were doing the same. I think maybe Breaking Hawaii came a little bit before Brown Bags.
Okay, let's take a look at a clip that you shared from
What?
Breaking Hawaii. And I'm looking closely. It says circa 1984. Here we go. Check it out here, guys.
Okay.
Evening, Lonnie Breakup. She's a girl, 16 years old, goes to Star the Sea, and likes to be known as PYT. Hey, that is totally fresh. PYT.
That was the heyday of the pop and lock,
I,
and yeah. So
you know, interestingly, Kamaka, I'm still in contact with her. We have
oh,
exchanged messages in Facebook. So PYT, yeah. Uh, Aloha to you, and thanks for staying in contact after all these years.
Here is right around that same time as you said, the Brown Bags to Stardom. Um,
Oh, yeah.
this was a big one.
To see the largest variety of young talent ever assembled on one stage here in Hawaii. And it all started 14 weeks ago on a television program that came to you live from the KGMB studios called Hawaii High.
As in previous years, KIKI Radio went out to most of Oahu's high schools, as well as schools on Kauai, Maui, and the Big Island, to select 3 semifinalists from each school to perform live Saturday nights on Hawaii High. To enhance the competition, a new category for school spirit, including cheerleaders, pom-poms, and confetti, was included in the show. It became the most exciting half hour of live television Hawaii has ever seen. The variety of young talent that appeared each week was amazing. Breakdancing, comedy, Hawaiian music and dance, magic, rock and roll, jazz dancing, and some very talented new musical groups and singers. Each week, local celebrity judges selected the finalists that appear in tonight's show. The music that energized each show was a variation of the Pointer Sisters' hit, Jump, written and recorded by the Society of Seven. Now, in an exclusive music video, here's the theme to Hawaii High, performed by the SOS. And now, KGMB Television and KIKI Radio present Brown Bags to Stardom 85. Here to introduce tonight's first act, Sean Sweeney.
Yes, we're going to party. Act number 1, ladies and gentlemen, from Punahou High School, Nakeki Hano Hano O Punahou.
How's it? I'm Henry Kapono, a 67 graduate of Punahou, and I'm here to wish Nakeki Hano Hano O Punahou the best of luck in this year's Brown Bags to Stardom.
Ano ano a ohana lehi Meka ua nui ana la E pa kihika E pa he 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 Ika limu o manua ke pa ohana Kanania ohana lehi Oiviana oe E kualoha la Analehi no eka, analehi no eka, analehi no eka. Halau hanale, halau hanale, ukelo hano hanale.
Are you watching? Question. It's on Facebook now.
Ladies and gentlemen, Frank B. Shaner.
From Campbell High School. They're going to do a Tahitian dance. Please welcome Te Vaihine Paumotu.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Te Vaihine Paumotu would like to take you to the island of Kai.
So, Kong, Brown Bags to Stardom was the springboard for so many of our talented entertainers that are still very, very vibrant part of the entertainment scene coming out of Hawaii. We talked about Glenn Medeiros, right?
Yeah, Glenn Medeiros.
Naleo, Pilimihana.
Naleo, absolutely, yes. Lehua, Angela, and Nalani.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
In fact, we just had Lehua Kalima on our video podcast not too long ago. Great catching up with her. Who else can we think of from Brown
Tia
Bags?
Carrere.
Oh,
Tia Carrere.
Tia.
Don't forget Tia.
Wow.
Yeah, she went on to become a big Hollywood star.
Wow. That's right. She was recently on Andy's show as well, but yes, Tia Carrere. Oh my goodness. And like I said,
There
you were
were
right
others,
there.
yeah.
You were right there in the epicenter of that, Kong. That was amazing.
It just, everything just came together. It was the right technology. It was the right time. The music scene in Hawaii was just becoming a little bit more contemporary, and there was just so much going on and so much excitement and enthusiasm. Everybody wanted to participate.
Wow.
And when you were watching that clip of Brown Bags to Stardom, I don't know if you noticed, but in the background, there were all of these signs that were created by the art departments of various schools. And it's an interesting, quick little aside. But I was hanging out with Tom Moffat. We were in his office after getting past Barbara, of course. Barbara always right there.
The gatekeeper.
The gatekeeper. And she would always say, Kong, just go on in. He knows you. It's okay. Because most people, when they go to Tom's office, they would say, oh, bro, you can give me some free tickets. I like to get that guy and some tickets for a concert. Anyway, he said, Kong, I was just talking to the general manager of some hotel. I forgot the hotel. And he says he's got like 100 bed sheets that he's going to throw away. Do you have any idea about what would you do if you had 100 bed sheets? I said, I got an idea. Let's give it to the various schools that are participating in Brown Bags to Stardom and turn it over to the art department and let them create some kind of a background that we can put on the stage.
Wow.
So we hung all of those bed sheets with all the artwork in the background, and that was the background of the stage.
Amazing.
It really was amazing. And I have to say thanks to Jeff Coelho for making Brown Bags happen, and to Susan Kunimura, Frank Shaner, Sean Sweeney, the late Sean Sweeney, and all of our DJs who were at KIKI back in the day. Susan did such a fantastic job of getting everything organized. Like your Nate. Nate does all of that stuff for you. Susan did all of that stuff. And I'm sure she's watching right now. As well as Lori. Lori, who was our Uketsuke. Lori Kim. Lori, formerly Lori Harada. She was just over here in Japan.
Wow.
Just yesterday.
Sweet. Here's Val 07. Nice seeing Kong. I grew up listening and watching him. I live in California now. So great memories of you, Kong, on the
Thank
radio
you.
there.
Mahalo.
Yeah. And I have to mention, your pigeon is still legit, brah. Still legit when you crank them down. I like tickets, so it's good. That was good.
Mahalo, brother. I just got a message here. From Robin Mann.
Oh,
Robin Mann.
yes.
Yeah, she's watching at home right now.
Nice.
I'm going to bring her up. Oh, meantime, let me just show you this picture real quick.
Stevie Wonder. Yes. Wow.
Sitting on the sofa with Stevie Wonder.
Wow.
In his hotel room over at the Westin Hotel here in Tokyo. And sitting on his coffee table, he's got the keyboard in front of him. And he says, Kong, would you like to hear one of my new songs? And it was like, yeah, sure. Stevie Wonder, personal concert on the sofa. Robin says, yes, you belong here at home. Thank you for the mention. Love you, Lori. Lori is the one who discovered me. That's her daughter, Lori.
Sweet.
And she says, remember Ethel Azama.
Oh, my
doing
goodness.
Her cleaning lady bit. You remember Ethel?
What a voice. What a voice.
What a voice.
Yes.
What a talent.
Jazz.
Super talent.
She and Jimmy Borges and all in that whole time period. Over
Mary
at
Lou Taylor?
Trappers and over at Trappers. And oh, my goodness. Yeah. We're going to take a break right now. And when we come back, we're going to, you had conversations with amazing people over the years, Yoko Ono, not only Stevie Wonder, Prince, James Brown, and you have a story about James Brown. I want to talk about that when we come back, and lots of great stuff. And folks, if you just joined us, you joined us at a beautiful time. We're going to take a break. When you come back, there's going to be a amazing video of Kamasami Kong with Kalapana visiting in Japan as well. And so we're going to do that. So hang in there, folks. We'll be right back after these messages. Heritage of Aloha Festival, May 20th and 21st in Santa Fe Springs is rolling around. Want you to put that on your calendar, mark it down, because it's going to be a wonderful weekend showcasing the heritage of Hawaii and Polynesia. It's free. Parking is also free. So join us. Continuous live music, dancing, island cuisine, outdoor marketplace, spam musubi eating contest, and
do I look okay?
ukulele contest sponsored by Ohana Ukuleles. Big mahalos to them. The Hoilina Foundation presents Heritage of Aloha Festival in Santa Fe Springs, California, May 20th and 21st. I'll be on stage. I'll be MC along with Aolani Prua. It's going to be good time. See you there. Ahui ho! When we're live, Smoke era coming up. We're back into the vintage. Aloha kako, everybody. Kamaka Brown here with a special invite to the Sandwich Islands Social Network Lifetime Party in Fullerton, California. Yeah, it's on Saturday, April 8th. Gates open at 1 p.m. for some great kanikapila by Gary Gotori and the Kukui Nuts. I know, right? And my good brother Nate Yaris and mixed plate quartet with some bento box jams. No, not the kind in the bottle. This kind you enjoy with your ears. Huh? Our friends at the Hoilina Foundation are going to be there with Mana Pua and Shave Ice. Marty Burns, the broke them out baker, is going to bring amazing mochi and ube goodies. And Aku Grind, Sister Kainoa with her classic old school boiled peanuts and spam musubi and more. Marie of Lucky Mango is going to join us as our specialty vendor with island style creations just waiting for you to take home or share with your ohana. Yeah, Lucky Mango in the house. Big shout out to Don Kaokai of Reason Cinco for eyewear and some beanies that we're also going to raffle off, plus 2 ukuleles. One from Ohana Ukulele and the other from 951 Ukulele are going to be raffled off. You go home with a beautiful ukulele. How's that? But wait, there's more. 3 o'clock in our concert area. Mark Kiabo's Magic with Aloha. Ooh, and Kimo Williams with hula dancer Barbara Dempsey are going to share their Mele Magic. How's that? Now, we're not pow yet. Our lifetime party gonna crank into the next level with some stories and laughter and some stand-up comedy by me, Kamaka Brown, and my 2 brothers, Bobby Agno and Tiden Hofstad. Great singer-songwriters and guitar players. Oh my goodness. We're gonna have a backporch style, old school laughter, boss 'em out, just enjoy kind. And you know what? We need it now, this time. Seating is limited, so grab those tickets now before Aole no more, okay? Now, you see it right down below, sandislands.org. That's the one right there. Get your tickets. We see you Saturday, April 8th, for our lifetime party in Fullerton, California. Ahui ho, we see you then. Aloha, Uncle Kamaka Brown here. Hope you're enjoying our video podcast for today. But I wanted to share with you that across the nation, Native Hawaiians and Pacific Islanders are being disproportionately affected by the COVID-19 pandemic. Yeah. The Southern California Pacific Islander Community Response Team aims to provide information and resources to help our community stay healthy and safe. Make a conscious decision to take care of yourself and your community. This tells people around you that you care about your well-being and show them that you care about theirs. Now, how can you do that? Well, one way is by getting vaccinated. Yeah, get vaccinated for COVID-19. Get boosted. Now, you can get all the information about all of this on pacificislanderhealth.org. You see it right there. This message is brought to you by your ohana at the Sandwich Island Social Network and our friends at the Southern California Pacific Islander Community Response Team. Aloha.
It's Aloha Friday, got me feeling all irate. It's the weekend finally, we gotta celebrate. Hey, I've been working so hard all week, but listen closely, 'cause the ocean, she's calling me. Yeah, I'ma link with the team, grab some bottles that's green, let's pour out. Oh no, you know you can't drink all day if you don't start in the morning. Yeah, it's Aloha Friday, got me feeling all irate. It's the weekend finally, we gotta celebrate. It's Aloha Friday, I ain't got no worries, no, I'm in no hurry, but at least not today.
And we're back. Thank you for joining us. And as you see, we have our guest, KAMASAMI Kong, one of my favorite DJs from back in the day, man. That voice is, when you start talking with that voice, it brings back so many great memories of listening to you on the radio, KAMASAMI. Amazing movies start in my mind. Now you're in Japan. You've been there for how many years have you lived in Japan?
Off and on, I think since 1970, 78, 79. There was a time when I was flying back and forth, Tokyo, or Honolulu, Tokyo, Osaka, Taipei. Every 10 days, I would change places out. There's a picture. I had so many frequent flyer miles. I did this for 18 years, every 10 days, inside Japan Airlines. And, you know, I knew all the ground crew in Hawaii at our airport, and they would always say, "You want your regular seat?" And I'd get a first-class seat like that, where you could just really kind of lay down and stretch out. And usually there was no one next to me, so I just kind of had 3 windows there to myself on those flights. And it was a great way to fly. Of course, there, look at that. Those are all the frequent flyer things that I got. I got all of their various cards. China Airlines, too, because I was flying on China for a long time, from Taiwan.
Wow.
China Airlines. That's why I got the Dynasty flyers. And the
Wow.
passport was all the extra pages and the fold-outs. But my passport back then was like as thick as a Bible. It was huge.
And so now, just for our listeners' update, you are on multiple stations. You stream to multiple stations, and it goes something like this. Listen to this, guys.
Station 8090.
The legendary FM magazine, FM Station, returns in FM Station 8090.
FM Station 8090.
The program title is City Pop and J-Pop by KAMASAMI Kong.
KAMASAMI KONG.
Featuring not nothing but the best and your favorite hits from the 80s and 90s. 80s and 90s. I think you'll enjoy. So, let's check out what's inside.
FM station 8090. City pop and J-pop by KAMASAMI KONG. Give me 1%.
Wow, so that keeps you quite busy there, Kong. You got your tickets punched constantly there. You're on the move there.
On the move constantly, yeah. I was going back and forth to Osaka every week for a while, and then we started broadcasting. They put a new studio in Tokyo for me to broadcast from. So then I only had to go down the street, walking distance, very, very close to Tokyo Tower. We had another studio, so I'd be broadcasting from there. And as of last Sunday, I just started a brand new program on a station in Nagoya. Wow. And so now I'm on the Shinkansen every Sunday morning on my way to Nagoya to do a live show from noon until 3 o'clock in the afternoon. And then on Sunday evenings, I have another program that's being broadcast from Fukuoka. I have shows all over the country, basically.
Wow.
So.
Yeah. Here's a friend originally from Oahu. She's now living in Australia. And she says, is it possible to say KAMASAMI KONG without saying it like the radio logo, KAMASAMI KONG? No, you can't just... you have to...
I mean, it's a name that requires a big voice.
Here's is that Rel Mann?
No, that's Robin. That's Robin Mann.
That is Robin Mann. Robin.
Yeah.
Tom Moffat flew to Tokyo because he wanted Kong to do his biography interview. Only Kong could do that.
Yeah, and
wow,
and he did, and we sat down in a hotel restaurant when nobody was there in the basement of a hotel in Ginza, and we talked for hours.
Wow.
Truly hours. Tom had so many great stories to tell.
Wow.
And of course, that interview is on my YouTube site. So if you go to YouTube and you type in KAMASAMI KONG and Tom Moffat, if you type that in,
sweet,
you'll be able to find the interview.
Yeah.
Is my volume a little low?
Just a little bit. Yeah, just a little bit.
Should I get closer to the mic? Is it
better
that's to get
good.
Closer to the microphone? Okay.
Now,
does that sound better?
Yes, sir, it does. I want to ask you about interviewing and sitting with James Brown. What was that like?
Oh, James Brown. One of the most lively interviews I've ever had. That probably didn't make a lot of sense, but his energy was phenomenal. We did the interview, and then after the interview, usually we ask guests to do an ID, an identification, station identification. It would be like, hi, I'm Kamaka Brown, and you're listening to KAMASAMI KONG on FM 802, right? And most of the artists did it like that. They would just kind of read it. Some would do it very, very flat. Hi, I'm Kamaka Brown. You're listening to KAMASAMI KONG, like that.
Yeah.
And I gave the paper, the template, to James Brown. I said, James, can you do one of these IDs for me? And James said, I don't need no paper. I don't need no template. I don't need nothing. I'm going to do it my own way. Watch this. And James says something like this. Hi, this is James Brown, and you're listening to KAMASAMI KONG on Funky 802. KAMASAMI, hit the button, and you got to get something. Hit it, Kong. Hit it, hit it, hit it. Ow! Like that. And I mean, what a performance, right?
Yeah.
And he set the bar for everybody else. I think you have a recording of that.
I do. Let me see if I can pull that up quickly. Yeah. Let me see. Do I have it? Yes.
Hi, this is James Brown. I feel good looking at KAMASAMI KONG. KAMASAMI, hit the button, and you got to get something. Hit it, Kong. Hit it. Hit it. Hit it. Ow!
Man.
That's
classic, right?
That is classic. My goodness, Kong, we're going to have part 2 of our visit with you, sir. So many stories to talk about, but I did not, and we're coming close to the time together. But I did not want to leave this segment here without talking about your visit with Kalapana at a restaurant in Japan, and I think we'll go right to it, and then talk a little bit about it. This is so amazing. Here we go with Kamasami Kong in Japan with Kalapana.
This time here in the Tokyo Turn On, we're catching up with some longtime friends, members of Hawaii's most famous surf rock group, Kalapana. Now, we go back a few years, all the way back to 1975, some 42 years ago when they first started recording record albums, and I was playing their music on my radio program in Honolulu. Now, the boys will be returning to Tokyo again this June for concerts at Billboard Live in both Tokyo and Osaka. And we'll put all the vital information on the screen a little bit later into the interview. I had a chance to catch up with the boys at Alexander's Steakhouse up high on the 42nd floor of Shiodome City Center, where you can see all the way to Mount Fuji. Anyway, the executive chef there, Mr. James Brown Smith, prepared a fantastic burger lunch for us. We'll get the boys to describe their burgers coming up in just a few moments. But right now, let's go there to Alexander's Steakhouse with Kalapana. All right, we just finished lunch here at Alexander's Steakhouse. We're with Kalapana, as you know. Milani is strumming away on the guitar here. DJ, you just had the steak burger here. What was your impression of the steak burger?
Wonderful.
Wonderful.
Wonderful. Yeah, it's good. It's very good stuff.
Kenji Sano, the steak burger, what did you think?
It was great. I wolfed it down.
It did.
32 seconds.
Milani-san.
It ain't McDonald's. That's for sure.
Gaylord.
I didn't like it.
You know, when you guys are packing, thinking about coming here to Japan, you've been here so many times, you've done so many things here in Japan, but what are you thinking that you want to do when you come to Japan other than perform for your audiences here? We'll start with you, DJ. What are you looking most forward to doing when you come here to Japan?
I'm hoping the hotel is close to the pachinko.
That's true. That's true.
Really?
I love to play pachinko.
You do? Really?
Where's DJ? Pachinko.
Do you win any money when you play? Oh, okay, so that's kind of a secret. Kenji, what do you look most forward to doing when you come here to Japan?
Eat and jazz bars.
Jazz bars?
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite jazz bar?
Not a favorite. I have one in every city, basically.
Tell us your favorite jazz bar.
What's the one in Meguro? Meguro is Blues Alley. It is where I perform, you know.
Yeah.
But not a jazz bar, but a nice bar. It's 313 in Meguro.
3130. And in Osaka?
Osaka was Zaza, of course. That's
Zaza.
because it's a music place.
In Kitashinchi.
Yeah, and I have a place where I go. It's called Tricky's.
Tricky's?
Yeah. It's downstairs.
Right across from Life Supermarket.
Exactly.
Yes,
exactly.
I know exactly where that
I like those places.
Yeah.
And I have to find a Yoshinoya because I have to tell them they're always looking for Yoshinoya.
Yoshinoya is kind of a fast food Japanese restaurant.
Beef bowl.
Gyudon.
Gyudon.
Beef bowl.
Yeah.
Milans, what are you
I
looking
love my Yoshinoya. Really love Yoshinoya. Anyway.
No, I think you're onto something there.
Well, you know what? You can live in too much paradise. So when I come to Japan, it's my rest and relaxation. We've been coming here for, I think, over 30 years.
Yeah.
You know, so there's a lot of really fond memories. You know, lots of fun when we're young, and we're still having lots of fun. You know, always coming to Japan, and you know, I'm a happy camper when I get here. You know, it's like I just get to. It's different. You know, I can relax. I look forward to such a great audience that we have here. They're very polite, and I like when people like the music, you know, and it's just not like it's Kalapana thing, but they're very the audience they listen to the songs, you know what I mean? And you know, you don't hear nothing. You're like, boy, am I playing a wrong chord like I usually do? Yeah. But it's just that it's like they get into they involve themselves into the music, you know, and then we bang, and then we relieve after the first song, and it's just a beautiful evening after that.
And 30 years you guys have been coming here, and the audiences still come out every time.
Yeah,
you guys
they
come.
still come out. And they're young too. There's some, you know, a lot of young kids coming out.
Yeah, their kids
coming in and checking it out, you know.
All right,
and,
congratulations on that. 30 years of playing music and beautiful thing. It is a beautiful thing. Right?
Yeah.
Gaylord, what do you look most forward to doing when you
Just
come?
took everything I was gonna say.
That's right.
You have nothing left to say?
Well, actually, what I do is I do a lot of walking and try to lose weight because I know we're gonna eat when I'm here.
Right.
That's my favorite thing. And when I'm packing my bag, I have to like figure out, okay, how much heavier is my bag gonna get? Because I gotta bring you this. I have to bring you this.
You brought this for me?
Yes.
Oh,
so
no.
you can rejuvenate.
Oh my God. Folks, I gotta tell you, you know, you can get everything and anything here in Japan except red vines. And I love red vines. This is my soul food.
Cough medicine.
Cough medicine. DJ calls it cough medicine. And Kenji, you had a theory as to why why we can't get red vines here in Japan.
Because licorice here, people, they've tasted it before.
Yeah.
And, you know, they'll go to overseas and try it. And they say, tastes like medicine.
It tastes like medicine.
Good medicine.
Good. Real good medicine. No,
And
that's a
especially
song.
the black ones, you know, they taste like medicine. Cherry, you know, it's a little better, but, you know, still, that's what they say.
We're running a little short on time.
Okay.
Leroy is back serving some water.
Thank you, Leroy.
If you come here to Alexander's Steakhouse,
just that's the man. That's the man.
Leroy, where are you from?
I'm in Nigeria.
Nigeria.
Yes.
A Nigerian giving a shot.
Yeah, right next to Hawaii.
That's right next to Hawaii. We always have a good time when we're hanging out with Kalapana. Milani, are you
Yes,
going to
sir.
take us out with a song?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Take us out.
All right. Take us
It's
out.
something written by a friend of yours.
Who's that?
Fly onto the night wind. Take a star to earth for me. Whisper I love her. Tell her wait for me. Yeah, it's been so long now. How I miss her. Soar now, bird of love. Make her wait for me. You have wings and all. I'll let you go almost every night. But loneliness can never shine. But even the bright
Nice voice, Nathan.
night bird fly on. Night bird sing my song. It's a download version, bro. Oh, before you leave, take this band of gold with you. And if you should find her, tell her I am true. You have wings and all, then you go almost every night. But loneliness cannot shine, even the bright moonlight. Night bird fly on. Night bird sing my song. I said night bird fly on. Night bird fly on. Woo!
Kalapana in the house here at Alexander's Steakhouse.
That was the Waikiki Beach version, bro.
That was it.
There is no beat, dude. There is no beat.
They're going to be back performing live at Billboard Live in June. Check the Billboard Live website for more details for dates and times.
Oh, OMG, Kong.
Yeah.
Um,
Wasn't that sweet?
I don't know about you, but having lived through those days of in Waikiki and listening to them and seeing Mackie, pictures of Mackie, and then listening to DJ play, DJ sing and Malani play. Oh my goodness! I guess Smokai Waimaka over here. It's so, whoo, amazing
Precious, huh?
stuff. Yes,
Yeah,
yes. So much of it.
Have to say hello to and aloha to Gaylord, who's listening, I'm sure, right now. Gaylord Holomalia.
Oh,
He
Gaylord,
still
what's up,
carries
bro?
the torch.
What's up?
He carries the torch for Kalapana, and he just put on some great shows at Billboard, or at, what is it, the Blue Note in Waikiki.
Sweet.
Donnie Martin and Susan Suzuki, we're talking about that. And I have to say happy birthday to Lori. Happy birthday, Lori.
Aw.
Lori Mann, yeah.
Nice. All the reactions from folks that watched that, just feeling it. And thank you for capturing that, Kong. OMG, what an amazing piece of history right there. My goodness, really good.
I gotta fix the sound. The sound needs to be fixed a little bit in that thing. It's a long story about the sound. And
Yeah.
I misspelled Mackie Fury's name on there.
Oh.
I can't believe I wrote Fury.
Oh.
It's not, of course.
It's Fury.
You know, I just noticed that for the first time in watching it back when you played it. So I just want to point that out. That you know, sometimes you get so wrapped up in doing a production like that.
Yeah.
That
Kong, huge mahalo for accepting our invitation, coming on to our video podcast today. What an amazing group of stories and experiences that you've shared with us. And I can't thank you enough. Mahalo, brother. Appreciate that so
Mahalo,
much.
bra.
So
Kamaka,
much.
truly a pleasure. Thank you for inviting me to be on your program.
Door to our Hali is always open. If you're ever interested in doing part 2, there's some other things that we want to share, you want to talk about. We love stories. And of course, Japan is an amazing place for food. We never even begin talking about food. And that's a whole nother show right there.
That's another show. There's a restaurant I got to take you to. It's called the Kill Bill Restaurant. It's called Gonpachi. And if you remember the movie Kill Bill, it's during the fight scene when Yo-Yo was coming down the steps. That restaurant is what Quentin Tarantino came to this restaurant. And when he saw that, he created the scene in Kill Bill that looks exactly like this Kill Bill restaurant.
Oh my goodness. My goodness. Well,
Gotta get
that I would absolutely love it. And I'll definitely give you a buzz. We head your way. I'm gonna say, hey, we like eat, bro. Where we going? Let's we like go eat.
And if you come,
bring some red vine.
Bring some red vines. Thank you. Mahalo to Lori for bringing these red vines.
Red vines, man. That's how we go. All right. Kamasami Kong again. Domo arigato gozaimashita. And mahalo, brother.
Mahalo, bro.
Kamasami is going into our virtual green room right now. And we'd like to thank everybody for sharing time with us here on the Aloha Friday show with the Sandwich Island Social Network. We are here every Friday with talking to interesting folks, sharing stories, sharing their journey, great conversations with island people and island hearts. For now, we say ahui ho. See you next time on the Aloha Friday with the Sandwich Island Social Network. My name is Kamaka Brown. Spock you laters.